Yo, okay, I think I'm going live now. Sick. Yo, are people in the chat? Okay, sick. Let's go. So my computer's actually working now. But I might lower the quality real fast to see if that works. So I'm gonna be right back again real fast. Oh wow, there's 25 people watching. That's a lot. Um, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up Petrify again, and let's hopefully it'll work. I'm also gonna send a link out on Twitter or something real fast. So let's get started pretty soon, hopefully. How's everyone doing? What the heck? There are so many people watching right now. This is insane. I've never streamed to this many people before. Okay. Here's to hoping that this project file doesn't crash and completely destroy my computer. But while it's opening up, if you guys have any questions about Petrify or about the production of the song, feel free to leave them in the chat, and I will get to them as soon as the project file opens. And we can start breaking down stuff and doing that production fun stuff and having a good time. Wow, there were like 50 people. And this is live. There was like 50 people in here, but now there's 18. So let's go. So yeah. Yes, this is live. I'm just like an absolute noob at streaming, and so apologies. Yo, I think it's working now. Is it? If I play a sound, will it break my computer? Yo, it works. Let's go. Yes, this is me. It works. Okay, sick. And so I'll let this load for a second or two. Yeah, this is the. Oh. Yeah, this is the project file. I think the reason it's lagging is because all these audio files are still loading in right now, and it's got to like buffer everything and like do its thing. Also, I'm gonna freeze this real fast. So yeah, it does that. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any general questions or anything like that, go ahead and start leaving them, and I will be more than happy to answer literally anything you guys have to ask about this tune. Oh shoot. Okay, here. I can adjust my microphone volume. It's really quiet. I don't know. I've tried to make it louder, but I guess that didn't really work. um I'll turn the music down like 9 decibels or something like that. That should be good. My computer can't deal with me letting out my secrets. I'm just too powerful. No, it's not true. It's no secrets. Where's my is it freezing? Okay, it's freezing. Let's go. Okay, sick. Someone told me to check Discord. So, what's this? I don't need Valesco Cloud9.mp3 Pixondle. Thank you. Yeah, let's go. So, will this play better now? Alright, sick. So yeah, I guess if there's not any specific questions, I'm just gonna go ahead and start breaking down parts of the song. The fart reese. Where's the fart reese? Is like this is the main. Okay, so I guess we'll start with the fart reese. So the main bass. I guess this is the fart reese. Okay, drum processing. I'll get to that as well. I'll cover the fart bass first. If I still have the actual patch for it, then that'd be awesome. So okay. Will this be able as a VOD later? I don't know how to record a VOD. I don't know how that all works. So I'm sorry if there's no recording of this afterwards. Like sincere apologies to that, because I'm not a streaming professional. I'm not streaming. I don't know how to stream, but yeah. So sorry about that if there's no recording later. This is kind of just like a pop in, pop out sort of thing, I guess. I don't know. This is the main bass. I think this is the fart bass, if that's what you're referring to. But I made the bass in massive. I don't know if I have the patch for that right now. So here, actually, I might. Oh wait, I'm big brain. I put it in main bass. Let's go. It's called in main bass in the sound designs folder. So I'll put that in the project, and we can break it down real fast and kind of go through the bass. Let's go. Okay, so this is the bass. There's a lot of effects on this. If I just turn it off, there's no automation. If I just turn all these effects off real fast, or group it all real fast, we'll hear the difference. There's kind of a big difference with all the effects off. And so yeah, so the way I made this bass was, it's really, really simple. It's just a saw wave, a saw wave, and then like this drive wave. Sounds pretty nice, pretty clean. There's like a bit of a low pass filter, and then that's literally all there is, just distortion. I don't know what this frequency shifter is doing, I guess. Oh, it's kind of adding that little top harmonic in there. Yeah, and there's literally only one voice on this, so it's a pretty simple patch. All the processing kind of does all the work, and so first off, I'll just I'm gonna go ahead and delete things. We'll make this easier. We'll make this a super sick processing tutorial. Yeah. Okay. So one by one, these effects. So first off, we got a little bit of EQ going on, just doing the basic EQ stuff. Then I have the main kind of sauce of this bass. Legit, it's just a Guitar Rig 6, which is giving it that like nice kind of guitar sound. I used a preset for this. I used the actually, did I use a preset? No, I think I just went in and I put in some sounds or some stuff in here. Yeah, just an amp and then like some chorus. So super simple, making it sound kind of guitar-y. And then layered together, it sounds like nice and guitar-y. Then we got some Homicide going on, good old Homicide, really good distortion plugin. And that's kind of like pushing it up, kind of making it like crunchy, I guess, a little bit. You got some OTT. I don't know why I called this Eliderp OTT. I just one day renamed OTT to that, and I just changed a few knobs. So yeah. More OTT, pretty straightforward. Some more cutting in the low mids here. Some M saturator, pushing up like 11 decibels. So like now it's nice and so we're getting there now. I don't know why there's an oscilloscope on this. I guess I wanted to look at the bass for a little bit one time. I don't know. We got some camel fat now with a bit of this mech distortion. This is the best distortion ever. I don't know, it sounds nice. Got some soothe, because there is a few little stuff over here that was a bit nasty. Got to get rid of that. We got some mid-side EQ, because the sides were a bit too wide. It was too stereo. It needed to be tighter. We got this pre-box. This is a free plugin. I would recommend checking it out. It's got like 11 distortion models in there. Pretty sick. Sounds really nice. Yeah, basically this is just a ton of distortion EQ. I feel like as we go through this project and like my music, you'll be able to see that like most of what I do is just overlapping distortion and compression and EQ, but just over and over and over again. Yeah, so that's next. There's more EQ, mid-side EQ, more distortion, more distortion, more distortion, and then some EQ, more EQ, and then more EQ. Yeah, that's the bass. That's kind of how I did it. Yeah, and then there's like, I think, yeah, I'm just modulating these filter cutoffs and the stuff for this. And so honestly, most of what's going on here is just like automating the filter cutoff. Yeah, and so pretty simple. And like legit after making this bass, I did even more EQing. And so yeah, that's kind of how I made the fart bass. Yeah, the bass held out does sound like the regular show intro. Sick, yeah. So that's kind of the main bass for this tune. So I think someone had questions on drum processing next. So drum processing. Honestly, the drums in this song aren't really crazy. Like, the only processing I have on this kick is just a bit of like a low cut and like like the kick is really, it literally is like a super simple just needle kick, and that's kind of the only drum processing there is. Just some saturation. The snare on the other hand is a bit of a different story because the snare is like Foley. So like the way I made this is like I went and recorded my washing machine. So if I just like drag this file out, like you'll hear like, wait, that's not my washing machine. Hang on, no wait, this is my washing machine. Yeah. This one. Yeah. So I use that as like the that is like the main kind of snare. I kind of just took two parts of that and used that. Well, it sounds crunchy because I processed it a bunch. I used some transient shaper, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of like the main snare layer and just a bunch of other little accent stuff. Yeah, pretty simple. And then I used some Foley I recorded. I think it was just like some, what is it? I think I used like some rocks I recorded, like pebbles and like other stuff. And like all together it has a nice little texture to it. Yeah, I guess the biggest thing when it comes to like making snares is just like, or like snares and stuff, is just kind of like having nice transients, making sure the transient really pops out. Because you could pretty much use like any kind of Foley as a drum if you have a big enough transient and it punches through nicely. So that's kind of a little quick, nice little tip for that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the drum processing for the kick and the snare. As for the hi-hats, there's some Foley going on in the background. There's like this kind of stuff, these little accent sounds, just like more rocks and things I recorded. I do this a lot in my music. I just go and record sounds and I put them in my songs. That's why they're all still called Zoom 024, etc., etc. And the hats, I think it was more. I think it was also my washing machine, and I just like pretty simple, just processing here, EQ, compression, distortion. And then I took addictive drums and I layered that here as like some accent hi-hats, kind of help accentuate that organic feel with that bass guitar kind of sound, with some nice acoustic drums. And then of course we got like the Matzo drum loop. I kind of like, I don't know why I chopped it up like this. I guess I just manually gave it more swing. Yeah, it's kind of the main drums for the first part. They're really, really simple, pretty straightforward. Honestly, like to get like good sounding drums, you just have to have nice sounding samples. That's kind of like the trick. But yeah, and then like I just have some loops here for the intro. Pretty simple stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there's any more questions. Let's see. So drum processing was that, and then the fart bass, I did that. And then let's see. Yeah. Okay, so those are the two things. Are there any questions on other stuff? Because if not, I'll just go through the project. Did I have an influence for this tune? The influence for this song was kind of just like my own emotions, I guess. And so like I think in September and stuff, or like last September or October or whatever, whenever I started writing this tune, I was kind of like in a different state of mind, and I was like going through some stuff. And so like I guess this is the first tune I just like kind of put my entire emotions into, and like I kind of just like, this is one of those songs I felt out. And so the song actually started, yeah, this is how the song started. It was like with this first drop, and this main melody was like the main, this is where it started out. There's this main melody. But yeah, that's kind of how the song started out, and then from there I just kind of went on and I just started adding stuff. No, I haven't gone over the cool spectral sounding transition yet, but I will go through that in just a second. It'll be cool to explain. But I'll do the cool spectral transition first, and then I'll go through gain staging. But yeah, okay, cool spectral transition fill time. So it's this thing, which sounds like, where's it at? Let me see. Yeah, transition dat, I think is what it's called. No, it's just this. Okay, yeah, this is the transition. So what I did was I rendered this drop out, and I just cut this section out, and I also took the song Blade. So this is how I did it in my mix, in my whip mix, which is kind of where the transition originally came from, was the mix. I just decided to put it in the song as like part of the song last minute, because I was like, oh, this would be so sick in the song. And then all these people were saying like, is this part of the song? Is it part of the song? And I was like, no, but I'll make it part of the song. But where's it at? Okay, so basically I took this part of Blade. I'll go ahead and warp this to 170 BPM real fast and make sure this is all like on time real fast. So I took this, whatever, good enough. I took this part of the song and I layered it with Petrify. So I'm gonna remake this real fast. I'll remake this as best as I can real fast to kind of explain like this sort of thing. Then I took Petrify, which is like the song we're working on right now. Kind of crazy, right? Bro, I hate how Ableton does that. Why Ableton do that? Clip deactivated. No. Oh my gosh. What? Now it's like shrunken. Okay. Yeah, I made Petrify as well. Okay, so where's it at? So yeah. Oh well, this is already in the song. Okay, well before this was in the song, I just, I'll like do a different section, whatever. I'll do like the end section here. This is like the same kind of thing. Okay, so when I had these two layered up, because like these are kind of in the same key, like I don't know, not the same key, but the kind of the same vibe. And so basically I just took Morph and put it on one of these, and I took Morph, I warped this. Okay, I used the input of 62, so like the second track, or I guess this is 65. Where's Morph on? Whatever. I don't even know where I put Morph at. 66. So 66 Blade or Petrify. Oops. Yeah. Took that and Morph and Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, I have to fix that first. Limiter. I use limiter after that. Yeah, so like legit what I did is I just morphed these two together, like I don't know, because they're in the same key, but like in the mix I just morphed them together, and I kind of changed some stuff around and morphed, but like literally I just kind of morphed through like that, like this when it came to that part. And that's kind of the reason like it sounds like whoa whoa whoa. You can like see in the waveform it has like the same kind of like spots where that bass hits, like because it has the same movement as the as this. Yeah, and so that's kind of like the yeah, I don't know. So that was kind of how I did the cool spectral fill. That's kind of like the main idea behind how I made that. And then after that, to accent that, I layered the vocal, reversed it, and then I added some water sounds, and then this bit of a little lead right here. So it sounds pretty nice, I think, in that little section. It's like a cool little fill. But yeah, M-Morph is the main sauce for that sound. Pretty nice little transition. Okay, we can talk about gain staging now. So honestly, I don't really think about gain staging. I kind of just like whenever I'm making or writing a song, like in the process, if something's too loud, I'll just use my air keys and move it up and down, etc. If it's too loud, etc., all that kind of stuff. Like I'll kind of just go and adjust, and like turn the volume down as well. Like I don't always make music with my volume all the way up, just because like it's hard to really tell what's loud and what's too loud and what's not loud enough like that. And so like turning on the volume halfway and then listening to everything again really helps. Like you get a better feel of what's sounding right and what's not sounding right, I guess. Kind of hard to describe. But yeah, so let's see. Like I don't know, I always use saturator to mix, and so legit I'll just make things quiet or loud if they need to be quiet or loud. Mixing or explaining my mixing process is really tricky because the way I mix is so intuitive, and so like I kind of just do things and then like I don't really think about them when I do that. But yeah, that's kind of like a little trick on how I double check the volume if things are too quiet, because like I wouldn't know that this is really quiet if it was all the way up and like I couldn't really tell everything's being squished up to the max. When you turn it down, you get like a nice little feel of how loud things are, and like if this needs to be louder, you can make it a little bit louder. But yeah, I always mix in context as well. Not all the time. Like sometimes I'll solo a sound and I'll EQ stuff and I'll fix things. But whenever you're like adjusting volumes, it's really important to mix in context. So don't just like solo like one thing and then turn it up and be like, oh, it's good to go. You have to listen to it in context, because you're not going to know how loud it needs to be out of context if you don't do that, you know? So that's kind of another tip, I guess. But yeah, really all just about like EQing pretty much. It's kind of like mixing, just a bunch of EQ. But yeah, I hope that kind of explains or helps with gain staging, or like my best kind of way to explain that. Does anyone else ever mix with headphones around their neck? Yeah, with Audio Technicas. Sick. So are there any other questions, like sound design questions or anything I can go over in this drop? Let's go. Because like I can just like go through individual sounds and layers in the project and kind of break it down. Oh, sidechain. Okay, and how did I get the name? So I don't really know where the name came from. Like I was just like I made this idea and I was like, oh, yep, that's a good name. Petrify sounds sick, and I kind of kept it like that. It kind of like stuck in my head, and I don't know. That's kind of how I judged the good name. whenever it's catchy to me and like I just listen to it and I can kind of vibe with that name, then it's like I'm set. It's good. So for sidechain, I use this little handy device called Chain Shaper. It's not the best, but I mean it gets the job done. What I do is I make a separate channel in the project just called Sidechain Trigger, and I send a kick through that, so it's just a little kick, and I send that to Chain Shaper, and because Chain Shaper is based off of transient detection, you don't have to have MIDI. You can just use a sample to trigger it, and so it uses the transient of that kick to trigger the sidechain. You can see it there. Pretty nice little plug-in device, and I actually had two sidechains. This one was the snare sidechain, and I used the second sidechain because the snare in this section was so short. Like, I don't know, it wasn't short. It was just like only a bit of it was tonal. And like I wanted that, like I just wanted that transient to pop through, and so I kind of carved out a space where that transient can hit, and then like it goes back up, and so the tail fades nicely into the mix a bit better. And so that's kind of nice to do, and it's nice to have two different side chains sometimes, because I don't know, it might be awkward if this snare had the same side chain as this kick. It's not gonna sound right really. So if I just like do an example real fast of what that would sound like, might sound kind of funky. Yeah, it's like way too long, and so separate side chain for separate drum makes it fit better. Yeah, let's go. Do you have any tips for being in the flow and your mentality behind layering elements? Honestly, like I think the biggest thing is just like you can't just like, you gotta not think too hard about it. Honestly, like that's one of the things I do a lot when I'm working on music, is like I tend to think way too hard about what I'm working on, or I tend to like overthink things a lot, and I really think that just listening back to the sound, and like if it inspires you, then keep working on it. If it doesn't, then move on, I guess. But just kind of keep listening to it, and like eventually you'll kind of like feel like, oh, I think this needs like something. I think this needs some of this. This needs like this kind of layer. You kind of just have to feel it out, and that's kind of like what I did in this drop. I kind of just like felt it out. I was like, this needs like this, needs that. It's kind of hard to describe, but like I don't know. When you don't have ideas, sometimes the best thing to do is just to continue working on the same thing for like hours, and then like sometimes when you do that, you'll just get a cool idea out. I don't know. It's kind of weird the way it works. You just have to like work on the same thing for like hours and hours before it sounds good. But I don't know, because like layering kind of just have to feel it out. Like I guess I do have like I don't know, layering basses is like a different kind of thing. I can open another project in a minute for that. Master chain, dude, the master chain, there's nothing on the master, bro. There's legit just camel fat, and it's a blank preset. I don't tend to master my tunes. Like if I turn this off, there's no audible difference. Like I tend to just keep a camel fat on the master, because it's a nice little clipper. Oh yeah, I was using like Ulian just to look at the numbers. I was like, oh, that looks good. I think it's good. Pretty simple, pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't really master or put much stuff on the master. If I want to master, I do follow like one rule, and I don't put dynamics processing plugins on the master. In certain cases though, I do have a FabFilter Pro L2 on this master, but that's only because in this section, like it turns on here, it switches out. because the way Pro L2 treats like those kind of sounds, it treats it differently than like Camel Fat. Like, so with Camel Fat on this part, like it has like this kind of fuzzy clipping sound to it. You hear it like there. And so I used L2 to make that kind of softer. It's a very super niche little thing to do. I'm really picky about that, but yeah, that's kind of like a little thing. But that's kind of the only case I'll use Pro L2. I don't use it in drops because it fucks with the low end apparently. I don't do multi-band compression because it does like weird phase stuff. So yeah, just keep it simple in the master. Yeah, bro. I don't know, dude. It's kind of wild. I don't realize. Yeah, L2 is weird like that. It kind of just fixes things. It kind of just fixes those tiny little issues. Cool little tip. Yeah. Okay. Who had a question about laser design? Let's go. Yes, I can talk about these lasers in the second drop real fast. Super duper mega simple. Though I don't know if I can unfreeze this. It messes up the lows. I don't know how it does. That's what somebody told me, and ever since I've just been like, okay, I'm not going to use FabFilter Pro L2. So yeah, at the end of the day, it all comes down to like your preference, and if you enjoy using FabFilter Pro L2, then use it. But like I don't enjoy it that much. Not really my kind of plugin. I don't like limiters that much on the master, so I don't use those. Okay, I would unfreeze this, but like, okay, I'm gonna unfreeze it. I'm scared. Okay, whatever. So the laser in this, literally, it just comes from like spectral delay. Like, if I turn it off. And then I put the spectral delay back on. It does like some spectral delay type stuff, makes it like lasery. I can already tell that my computer is not going to enjoy me having this channel unfrozen for more than 2 seconds, so I'm going to freeze it again. Yeah, FabFilter Pro L. I'll just put it like on the drums or something. But like legit, that's kind of the sauce for making laser sounds, is like with Pro L or with M spectral delay. Does fun things. Like let's turn this down like that. Do some of that. Some of that. Yeah. Sounds so sick, like, and you can do cool things like this too. You can go in here and like go like, whoa. Pretty sick for like those kind of sounds. Yeah, that's a nice plugin for making lasers though, and it's really good for accenting lasers. Yeah, pretty sick. Yeah. Yeah, there's like you can kind of do the same effect with one of the Ableton stock effects. I use 10 though. I don't really use 11 that much. Yeah, that's the tune. Everything else in this project is really simple. I think like it's just simple stuff like a sub bass. Like just yeah, easy. All right, I'm gonna see if anyone else has any questions on this track. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I do have my sound effects group writing above the sidechain. So I don't really tend to it's the vocal group as well. So I don't really tend to like sidechain everything, because like it can sound kind of funny and it can sound less natural when everything is like pumping to the kick. And so I think it sounds more glued together. Like tracks sound more glued together whenever some elements that don't need to be sidechained aren't sidechained. And like these sound effects are honestly just like, it's just like things like this. Like this doesn't need to be sidechained, and if it was sidechained, it would be taking away from this part that I really like right here. And this part is not clashing with this part, like the kick at all. And so I mean, like, there's no harm in having those two sounds being layered together. Same with the vocals. Like, I didn't want the vocals to like pump in and out. I wanted them to kind of sit on top of everything, which is why I kept them outside of the sidechain group. Feels more like someone singing over that part rather than like I put it in my computer and made it like that. I don't know. Sounds more realistic, I guess. But yeah, not everything needs to be sidechained. You can like leave some things out of the group sometimes. It'll sound better. Yeah, little thingy there. But yeah, if there's no more questions on this track, on this tune, which one should I open up? Can I open up like any of these tunes? Or not like these, but like any of like the songs on like the EP. Fly So High. People saying Fly So High. Fuck So Cool mixing time. that's actually Fuck So Cool mixing time is struct. Glow Up. Okay, yeah, I can open up. Okay. Do I put clippers on my buses or just my master? No, I put them on just the master, to be honest. Okay. I'll open up Fly So High. I'll go through like the stuff that I did or some. I'll just go through I'll do it yeah, whatever. I'll open up Fly So High. Where's that at? Fly So High. What? Where's it at? Oh, I know where it is. It's gonna be like in yeah, I have the same master chain for everything in my EP. Okay, yeah. So where the heck is my thingy? I don't like. Why is it organized like this? Stop being organized like this. Okay, there we go. What the heck? Bruh, I don't know where the thing is. Where did I put this project file? Hang on, I'm gonna find this project file real fast. Oh wait, no, I think I know what it's called. Do I? No, I know what it's called. It's gotta be like called like Fly So High sometimes. What the heck is the project file called? It's like called like, oh shoot. Dude, I don't know how to use Ableton. Okay. Collabs. New Ableton sets. Project file downloads. Fly So High. Ah, yes. Is that what it's called? It's called Finishing Time. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and sync this to my computer real fast. I don't have anything downloaded, so oh shoot. Did my internet crash? No, please, no. Did my stream die? No. I hope my stream didn't die. Did my stream? Okay, I would open up Fly So High right now, but okay, I would open up Fly So High right now, but I have to download it, and I don't know if I can download a file while I'm streaming right now, so yeah, shoot. I want to open that project. What should I do? should I break my computer's internet real fast to download this project file, or should I like keep streaming and open a different one? Okay. Because I'm not very sure what to do. Just do can't explain. Okay, I'll just do can't explain. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I would open up Fly So High, but like, yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, it uses. Yeah, you're right. It uses the upload speed. Okay, I can download. Let's hope I can. I don't know if my internet can handle it, but we'll see. I'll try. We'll do an experiment. This will be an experiment. I'm gonna risk it. We'll see what happens. Because I want to open it really bad. I think it's back. Yo! I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, I downloaded Fly So High. So now I can open it. Okay, Fly So High. Where is it at? Where'd it go? Fly So High. Let's go! Sick. Okay. So we'll give that a second while it opens and stuff. All the fun stuff. It'll take a minute or two. But yeah. So while this is opening up, are there any particular questions about Fly So High that you guys might have? Because I would enjoy that. And I will look at those questions as soon as the project opens up. The gnarly bass part? What's the intro disperser bass? Okay. There is vocal processing. I'll go through that as well. Okay, gnarly bass part. Variation. Honestly, okay, the way I add variation to like drops is like, it's like, bruh, Dropbox, I need to turn Dropbox off. It's killing my stream. Dropbox, stop, quit. Yeah, I'll just break down the whole project. I just want to know if people had like specific questions, because I would answer those happily. Okay, I'm missing files. What am I missing? What's missing? Bruh. Where is this? Where is the audio? Bro, where is the audio? Where is it? I wish it like would show up in the project where it's missing. It's probably like an important part. This is literally the singing. Okay, I'm missing the vocals for like the vocals. Nice. You know, whatever. We don't need vocals to explain how the song was made. What the poop? Where are the vocals at? Whatever. It's because it's all on Dropbox, and I have it all synced to my cloud. I didn't download everything again before this. Whatever. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. That's gonna piss me off. Whatever. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So, main sound. Well, I guess we can just start with the intro disperser bass, if that's what it's called. So everything is going to be in audio, by the way, because the funny thing about this project, when we were writing it, like, Nora sent back the project file, or no, I sent back the project file. No, wait, no, Nora sent back the project file, and like it just crashed, and we could not figure out why it would crash. We had everything frozen, and we were like, oh, we might as well just turn everything into audio, and that eventually fixed it. But this main chord thing is, so it's operator with harmonics, and then it is a pitch map. Internet, stop doing that. I'm watching my OBS thing go red, and I'm getting like worried. Okay. Anyways, yeah. It's one note that goes up. And the pitch map gave it the chords. Dude, I wish these vocals would work. Oh my gosh, that's like the most important part of the song. That's why it's called Fly So High. But yeah, whatever. We're not gonna do that. The main sound, I don't even know what would you call the main sound? Yeah, I'd use pitch map, but yeah, main sound. Where's that at? It's gonna be in this. No, it's gonna be in the drop actually. Yeah. Okay. So this is the drop. Let's go. Yeah. So the main bass was actually like, okay, I literally just took like a sine wave or like a saw wave, and I put it through pitch map, and that was the tune. We were playing a melody, and it wasn't going anywhere, and we're like, oh, this is a cool flow, but like it's not sounding cool, and so I slapped that pitch map on the sound. And it was like cool chords, and me and Nora were like, "Yo, this is the sound," and that's like legit the entire sound. Pitch map is like this plugin, like basically it's like a auto tune, but it's a spectral auto tune. Basically, it just like you can give it a chord scale to go. If I want to do F, do like melodic minor, and then I wanted to like make everything melodic minor. Yeah, it's like a weird, I don't know, it's like weird spectral stuff. Pretty sick. Yeah. But I use that for the main bass sound. And then like there's this percussion layer. There's the main sub, which is like really, really strange. There's some weird DC offset with it, right? I don't know why like this little thing peaks down like that. I don't know. It's so bizarre, but it sounds cool, so I don't care. And then I use this newfangled saturate thing to beef it up a bit more. Sounds nice. But that's like legit the main 3 elements in this drop. There's only 3 sounds that are really playing. The newfangled thing, okay, it's like a distortion. It's a spectral clipper, and so it's spectral because it has this thing called detail preservation. And what that does is it preserves like the high end or like those like harmonics in the highs or something like that whenever you distort it, and so like it sounds distorted, but it also sounds clean. I don't know, it's hard to describe. There's a whole like article on their website about how it works. Pretty sick. Also, yeah, there is vibrato on the sub. Used M vibrato for that. Pretty fun. Okay, the drums. Let's go drums. So these are the drums and the drop. That's not a drum. That was a laser. No, it's not free. It's like $50. But Eventide has a student discount that makes their plugins 50% off. And so for me, it was $23.50, which is a crazy deal. Yeah. So the drums. Okay, so where do I even start with the drums? We got the kick. I use my own drums a lot, so that's all it is. Just a simple kick, bit of distortion on it, bit of a reverse into that kick right here. Nice. And then we got the main snare here, which is one of my snares as well. And we got a snare layer here for the second half, which is like a clap. Wait. I don't know. Kind of sick. And we got ourselves, this is the Nor clap here. Got Nor snare noise. More snare noise here. But I think this is off until like this is not even playing. Okay, disregard that. And the hat loops. This is the hats here. Pretty sick. More open hats. We got this bottle rim thing that Norm made here. Kind of groovy, pretty neat. And then like some more crashes and stuff. So yeah. So altogether, it's pretty simple. Oh yeah, there's all these percussion things too, like these little little fills and stuff. This one just has like a ton of reverb on it, like, and then like this little percussion thing here. Pretty simple, just little accents to stuff. The drums do switch up a lot in the second half here. Where's my stomp? Oh, wait. It's called, okay, I know why. Insane stomp. That's why it's missing. There we go. Now it should be fixed. Yeah. Yeah, so I used like a massive stomp in this second half, and this is just like a stomp I made a while ago, and so like stomp sounds so sick on top of like a kick. Beefy drum hit. But yeah, the drums are pretty simple. Like, where do I find my percussion? All right, so basically I'll just go through let's go through like where are my samples at? What the heck? Bruh, okay, I'll go with like a pack of, I don't know what this is, but go through I don't know, some Bandcamp packs, and like I'll just go through like all these samples individually, and if I find a cool percussion I really enjoy, I'll just take it and I'll drag it into this favorites percussion folder, and so now I just have a bunch of these percussions. Because like, oh, these are all so sick, and so I kind of just put them in one folder. And so I kind of just find them all over the place, etc. Yeah. Thank you. By the way, I'm glad you like the kick. Isn't that the stomp from Burn? No, it's not the same stomp from Burn. There's a different one in Burn. Yeah, okay, so the main bass. Man, I feel, oh, this is, man, it kind of sucks because I wish there's like more patches in this project file. This is all audio, and so I feel like I'm not really doing much justice to like explaining things. I'm kind of just talking about audio. But I made this main sound in phase plant, and it is just like detuned saw waves that have been distorted with like disperser and stuff, and like I guess without these effects. Yeah, there's obviously some disperser going on. I think there's also like some spectral gating happening too, and that's what's making it kind of squishy. But I remember this bass was like a pain in the ass to make because the beating was like faster or slower depending on the note you played, and so I had to like adjust the detune for each note and like render it all out so it was the same, and that was like insane. The sub real fast. Spectral gating, like this is what I mean by spectral gating. It's like you take this like that's like spectral gating, that kind of stuff. Pretty sick. But yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, there's not really much to talk about, I feel like, in this drop, unless you guys really want me to explain a specific sound. I'm not really that good at breaking down stuff. I feel bad because everything's like in audio. Oh. I wish that my patches were still in this project, or else I would totally go through all of those and like, yeah, because all of this is just like samples and stuff I've already made. I made this in phase plant, but I made this a laser thing outside of phase plant. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of the main sauce. We got the breakdown here. Actually, wait. I think the second drop is not all audio. Let's go! It's not all audio. Yeah, okay, so main bass here, just a few layers. I got this little plucky thing here, phase plant. Sound at 434. Alright, 434. I don't know where that is in the project because it starts at like, doesn't start at 0, it starts at like random time. It starts at 26 seconds in. All right, what's 434 plus 26? It's like a 450. This is right here. Oh, the second bar, the second drop 2 bars in, so. Wow. Which is like that kind of delay sound, like this thing. Is it this? This is like this refill. Oh, okay. So it's one of the. I'm assuming it's like this Reese bass because maybe your stream isn't caught up. There's one of these. it's like that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. All right. So basically, there was a sound that Nor made. Actually, no. Okay, so he made a sound, and I morphed like these two sounds together, and then like, I can't. I want to show this channel, but it's got like a plugin on it that I can't show because it's a secret sauce, and so. But basically, we just took like, if I just took a. Can I like freeze this? No, I can't. Whatever. But like, yeah. I just took that sound that I morphed these two things together. Like there's a bass that he sent me, and I morphed it together. Like the original thing, and like it made this kind of weird, crazy spectral sound, like. Oh my gosh, my CPU dying. But yeah, pretty much you just kind of cut that sound up, chopped it, added some like stuff like that, and then like it made that kind of like that's like what that sound is right here, like that kind of. Yeah. Pretty simple little thing. Yeah. All right. Yeah, my computer's dying from this. I don't understand why. Everything's already frozen too. Very sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Immorph. All the Melda plugins are super sick. If you just want sick, crazy sounds, etc. Would totally recommend that. Yeah. Is there anything else in particular that I could cover in this section? I want to do a better video on this with Nor in the future, like pretty soon. So I don't really want to explain too much because this project is really 50-50. And so I feel like I need him here to talk about a lot of it, if that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up Can't Explain. Oh yeah, I was going over the second drop MIDI stab. You're right, but like it's broken because my CPU can't handle it. But I'll play the layers here. You got. Yeah. There's a bunch of effects on this, but it's kind of a lot of effects just for a saw wave pluck with a filter on it. So, yeah. And then we got this thing right here, which is like this preset. Oh, let's go! I found this preset for this Jack U bass on YouTube like 3 or 4 years ago, and I've been using it ever since, just cause like, well, it sounds sick. I use this plugin called DSM V3. This plugin is so good, so good. I got it when I was on sale. It's like $300, and it was $40 when I bought it. So the tip for buying plugins like this is just wait for the sale to happen, and then you'll be good to go. This plugin, it's just a compressor, but like it's a prismatic compressor. I don't really know what the prismatic part means, but like it just sounds nice. It's good at flattening the spectrum out. Yeah, pretty neat plugin compressor. We got Loom. Oh yeah, the Loom bass. This is a very, very good synth. Very good synth. Such a really good synth. It has a bunch of cool stuff in here. It's like it is just an additive synth, but it's got a bunch of all these like little features and modules and stuff. Pretty slick. Yeah, Brainworks makes some really, really nice plugins. I use a lot of this stuff. Yeah, and then that's the bass, and then we got this thing. What is this? Oh yeah, the sub. Like for my subs, all I do is just, the basic sine wave, third and fifth harmonic sine waves, and then distortion, and then pitch bend, and then some EQ, and then some saturation. Easy peasy, rice and squeezy. I don't know what this is. Oh, I think this is the bass. Yeah, this is the bass that Noah made. It's like the original idea for this part. We just never used it. Yeah, I don't know, just a bunch of stuff. There's like a zenith sound in here. What is this? Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bunch of just sounds and stuff. What? Don't say okay, Eli. What? I'm confused. Okay, I'm gonna open up. Can't explain now. But yeah, if you want to stay tuned for a future video of that. Let's go. What? Okay. Oh, it's the stem name. I'm sorry. I was really confused for a second, but yeah, you're right. Your mum fuck off. Don't say okay, Eli. Yeah, bro, that's the file name. You know that. Okay, I'm opening up. Can't explain. Where's Can't Explain? No, it's called Cool Spectral Delay V10. I'm stupid. Can I show the growl? Yeah. Zenith made the growl. I could talk about growls, yeah. I can talk about like just FM8 pretty much, and then cool filter movement. Like, okay, just before I even opened this project, I'm kind of scared that my CPU is gonna poop and die, but we'll see. We'll hope it doesn't do that. Yeah. Literally to make any growl, just take FM8 and then like put 3 OTTs and like do valley filtering in FM8, and then you have a growl. Like, it really is just OTT and FM8. Yes, operator is really good. Yeah, only 3 OTTs. You don't need that many OTTs. Let's go. Open the why is it taking so long to open up? What is the eliminate octagon method? Let's go! Let's go! Let it open up! Let's go! Let's go! Alright, sick. Okay, it all works fine. Let's go. Where should I start on this project? There's so much stuff to probably go through in this. Should I start with the first? Is the second drop even gonna play? Okay, sick. Yeah. I'll start. I'll break down the intro first. So, what do we got going on? We got some pretty simple stuff happening. I don't know why this contact thing. Oh yeah. Which, okay, so I made a pad. That's a pad, which is this right here. And that was made out of, actually, hang on, where's this? This is the intro bass. What? Okay, I'll go over the intro bass in a second. I'll break down the other synths first in the intro, because they're all in the project right now. So, we got here. Yeah, this is legit Operator, bro. It's Operator. So, with no effects, like, what does it sound like? No different, really. This is just kind of cleaning it up a bit. Yeah, to give it that kind of weird, eerie feel, I automated this fine-tuning up just a little bit. And then kind of like, it's really, really slight, but it sounds sick. Yeah. Nice. And the effects are straightforward, just some multiband compression. This EQ, because like the harmonics, like I had to fix that sound up a bit, you know. We got some more saturator. Got that chorus. We got some more saturator. We got soothe. I don't know why I put soothe on this sound. It's on the sound though, so whatever. Yeah, that's kind of the sound right there. The second one here is this Loom preset. Is it a preset though? Yeah, it is a preset. It's called Soft and Phasey, and sounds pretty sick. And then we got some effects. We got Saturator doing the drive. Then we got some Super VHS. This is a really cool VST, especially whenever you like turn the mix down. Oh, pretty sick. It's like basically just a chorus effect, with a bit more color to it, I guess. Yeah. Nice little thing. Yeah, dude, I use like a lot of just random plugins, random stuff. You'll kind of notice that I use a bunch of just random stuff that I think is cool. I don't know. I kind of just I used to go online and Google just weird plugins to find. I don't know. I use everything, I guess. Okay, intro bass. The way I find these plugins is I literally Google like weird effect plugins, and I'll go through audio producers, music forums and stuff, and I'll just like read those forums, go through pages of those. I don't know. I just do a lot of Googling most of the time. Original lead, intro lead type thing. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, this is what it's called. Oh, so I use tension for this, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so let's unfreeze this. Bruh, okay. So I used M-Morph on this bass, on this sound again, and without M-Morph, what is this? So this is just like a tension sound, like a sound in tension, without any processing. What does it sound like? That sounds whack. Like super just metallic. Then I processed it. Honestly, kind of a sick sound for tension. And then M-Morph, and I literally just M-Morphed it with a saw wave. Wait, no. Like, okay, this preset is just a saw wave, or it's just a bass There's just a wavetable in here. And honestly, whenever you do anything spectral to a simple waveform, sounds sick. Yeah, that's kind of what I did. And then of course more processing, but we don't talk about processing because it apparently breaks my computer. Yeah, that's kind of like the original intro bass, and then here I just chopped it up pretty much, and then made that melody out of it. With the buffer size on Immorph changes the affected window of processing. So spectral stuff, most windows sizes are multiples of 2. That's why you'll always like see 512, 124, 248, or 2048, all that kind of stuff, so on. Basically, like the smaller the window size, the faster the processing the FFT stuff does, the more math it has, or the less math it has to do. The bigger the window size, like the more FFT. I don't know how to describe it like the best way. It's just kind of like the window size of the FFT, like in samples. It's like 4096 is a window size of 4096 samples, which is being affected at a time, or being processed at a time in blocks. Like those are like the size of blocks that go through the big math of the FFT, etc. If that makes any sense. I don't think that makes any sense, but I try my best. Yeah. So that's kind of like the main intro stuff going on. There's like 3 or 4 things. Oh shoot, sidechain. No, what's going on? No, wait, I don't want to move anything. I don't want to do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, more samples equals more resolution and frequency, pretty much, yeah. Okay, that's the intro. Then we have a lot of these sound effects, bro. I don't even know where kill success is from, but like it's like a game sound effect. Then we got this boom sound effect here, like, oh, big boom. We got this big bram sound effect here, like, you got like this this more drum stuff. Just like so many sound effects, bro. Using like sound effects are the most fun thing ever in music. Yeah. You're right. It is from Bloodborne. Thank you for letting me know. I forgot the game. I knew it was like on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, it is Bloodborne. The sound effects are from Bloodborne. Or some of them are, at least. Then we got the main percussion groove in the drop here. Or this kind of plays throughout the first drop here, and it's just like 3 things. It's like a hi-hat first of all, and then this like marching band drum loop. And then we got this snare build thing. And like all together it sounds like, it's kind of like just a rolling triplets drum loop sort of thing. We got background risers, more risers and stuff. Just noise. Pretty simple stuff. And we have like this, the main bass is being filtered in here. There's this is also spectral delay, and so the reason this song is called Cool Spectral Delay is because like all the sounds and all the little bass fills are made using spectral delay, and so it's kind of like I was messing with that pretty much, like that's obviously spectral delay there. Yeah, What reverb was on the main bass? This is just Valhalla Room. Yeah. And so let's go through the layers of this main sound here, like this big. Yeah. So the main sound here, I think, is this one. Yeah. Easy, easy. And so, like, the way I made that kind of chord sound, because I've gotten a bunch of questions about it, is I went to Faceplant, and in Faceplant they added these new detune modes and stuff, and so the one I used was I think it was minor. Yeah. Yeah, and so you can use that as like a little detune mode and make chords. It's like, sounds like a spooky Halloween movie. Nice. And I just made that a plucky sound. And so, like, just take that and go like, and then let me take some M spectral delay, go there, and like do the same kind of stuff. And that's kind of like how I made the main sound. And of course after that it was just a ton of processing pretty much, but yeah. And I think I actually layered some rave stabs with it too, because I know rave stabs kind of have that same sort of sound to them, sort of like kind of chordy kind of quality to them, and so those made some good layers. Well, actually no, the main bass isn't still there. We got this thing here, like this. Yeah, it's just like more layers and stuff. So this originally started out with like a ton of layers, like so much stuff, but like I don't know, I kind of like condensed it down a ton. Now it's way simpler. But literally it's just like spectral delay on some sound effects for this big laser. And then of course just like melodic stuff, and then more spectral delay, and then I kind of just chopped it up, layered it. It was just a lot of tedious work, but it paid off pretty sick. Yeah. And then I have this gun sound layered on top of everything as well. Just like a gun sound, easy. And then these are the sub basses. So I guess I could go through over the sub real fast. The sub is pretty simple. It's just again, it's just serum here. It's like the same kind of thing. Just I go in and add like a third and a fifth harmonic, and I distort. And then this one was different because I used the cone sound noise technique, where you take a sine wave and some noise, and you distort them together and low cut that, and then distort it more as a little layer here, and so it sounds pretty nice. Then I cut the lows here, cut some low mids and stuff out of this part, boosted it up even more. I did some more saturation here with trash, and then more newfangled saturate, and then some wave shaper MB. I don't know why I used MB. Does the same thing, but yeah. I don't know what the cone sound method is. I know that their method is like they have just noise and they just like distort it with the rectifier mode in trash too, and then cut the lows out. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. And then like this sub is pretty much the same thing. It's just like a little bit different to fit the different bass. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of the sub. And then there's all these little bass fills and stuff, which I made earlier, and then like I kind of just like just like little sounds and stuff. This is, I don't even know what this is. This is just like a little like 2 sounds. It's called QD Gun. And then there's like this vocal in the background that plays. As background noise, and then like I don't know what this is actually. Why is this? Is this a second gun? There's 2 guns laid on this. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, this project is kind of a mess. But yeah, that's kind of like everything in this first little section here. The second half real fast has nice bits and pieces to it. So you can already guess that I used more spectral delay on this. I actually have the main patch for this in the project. It's called like main new laser part 2. Yeah. I can go through like these sound design things and kind of like just talk about them. Oh shoot, wait, no, this is like an entire group. Oh yeah, I'll go through the drums in a sec. And then like, oh, where's like the main laser 2? Is it just called laser 2? This audio file is just called freeze. Where's laser 2? I don't know, let's see. I think this might be it. No, this is not it either. What the heck? There's just like layers. I have like everything in here is called laser. I can't. Okay, well I can find like some of these bass fills real fast, actually. All right, what is this? Yeah. What is this? This is just like, yeah, okay. These are already made sounds that I made earlier that I don't know. It's pretty simple sounds, I think. Just more processing on them. Yeah, okay. I'll go through the drums real fast, but this main sound it's just like a pluck in the same pattern, but I just put spectral delay on it with the mix all the way to 100%. And so that's why it sounds like squishy. It kind of has these pre-shifts things in it. Laser sound with spectral delay. Pretty sick. Okay, drums. So the kick here. Actually, the first half drop. Sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place at this point. I might after this project breakdown, I'm gonna end this stream because right now my brain's a little bit fried. But okay, so I got this kick here. Like the reason it has that much punch to it is because like I used glue compressor, and without it, it sounds like this. The glue compressor just like with the 15 decibels of the like negative 15 decibels for the threshold, and then 12 decibels up for makeup, and then like with that on, like the transient really pops out a lot more. Yeah, bro, glue compressor is so good for like just drums in general. Like I think I had it on the snare too. Like yeah, bro, it's the best on like snares too. Like oh. Yeah, this is just a snare I made already. Just did that. Yeah, pretty simple. Just more transient shaping, just some EQ, etc., etc. We got the hats here. So these are all hats that I synthesized, and I made them in Faceplant. And when I make them in Faceplant, I just take some noise and I put a ton of reverb and comb filters and stuff on it, and it eventually sounds metallic like a hat. So that's kind of how I did it. Then I added more background hats. Pretty nice. There's this like a little tiny little offbeat kick here. It's like pretty nice actually. This is important. It's like it's very quiet, but without it, like, has less impact. I don't know. It's one of those like super tiny sounds that does a lot. Yeah. Then of course there's these background effects happening the entire time, and then I have these percussion just throughout the drop, like giving it more groove. And so like if I just turn this group off real fast, like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty simple drums, I think, and then just like background effects all over the place. Yeah, that's kind of like the first drop, and then let's go to the breakdown real fast. So, Dad, message me. Okay. Okay, so the breakdown here, the main sauce is this guitar here. Wait, that's not the guitar. Where's the guitar? This is the guitar. This is not the guitar. This is the guitar. So I used a sound font from, I don't know what this is from. I think this is like from, I don't know where this is from, but this is a sound font from like some kind of Nintendo game, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, oh, let's go guitar. And I just like slapped guitar rig on it. Wait, not even. No, I didn't even put guitar rig on it. It's just the sound itself. Yeah. It just sounded like so cheesy and perfect. I was like, oh, that's good. That's the sound. I like that. And then at the end here, I have it pitching up in MIDI like a riser. And then to accent that, I have this other sound here, which is made with Loom, and so. And like it's pretty typical sound. There's just like some detune and like this weird discrete adder stuff, and then at the end here. I'm pitching this knob up right here. Easy risers like that. And then of course there's just like some easy like Reese. How do I approach snare tails and make them nice and washy? Okay, so like snare tails are pretty simple. So you just take noise, just like stereo noise, and then all I do is I just add reverb to it, and that's about it. Also, like boosting like the what's a good frequency? Like boosting these frequencies up here in noise is really nice. Makes it sound nice and clappy. Pretty sick. Yo, what's up? What's up, Bob Bitterit? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, and that's kind of like how I make nice washy snare tails and stuff. And then there is this is like the main sample, like one of the main samples that I was inspired by when I was writing this intro and the breakdown and stuff. It's just like some loop I found. It was like cool. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. And then that's kind of like the buildup is the same as the first one. I just added a different riser. And then let's see, for the second drop here, this is like the meat. So I made this drop more recently. That's why it's called second drop bass, because I made it in like a different project. But yeah, okay, so the growl, because like I know people are asking about it. Shout out to Zenith for the growl. Zenith makes the most insane growls, but I know he used FM8 for this. It's just FM8 and like OTT and stuff, but that's the growl. That's what I used. So yeah. I don't know, he just like sent this file a while ago and I downloaded it. I was like, oh, sick growl, I'm gonna use that. Okay, so the main, okay, I'll go through these bass fills first. Let's go in order. Okay, I have no clue how I made this sound like that. Dude, I just made like this bass. I think this is what it sounded like. Yeah. It was like something like, okay, no, where's the rest of the bass? Yeah. I made it in Loom and I was just automating the cutoff of the filter, and like Loom is really weird and spectral, and so you can do weird spectral stuff, and it just made that sick harmonic. And then I took it over here and I just stretched it out with Beats mode on and like pitched it up a bit, and it just sounded cool, or texture. Nice. That's kind of how I made the like weird reverse bass thingies. Okay, so the main sauce here is the sub, I think. That's the sub, and then we got the layers of the gun. And so first of all, we have this percussion sound. Out of key, I can't believe it. But yeah, literally I just took like a percussion sound that was tonal and put it on that. Then we got this gun sound, like easy. Then we got this right here. It's kind of just like a little pitchy, plucky sound that accents that, or gives like the main bass more weight. And then we got this insane layer here. Like this is, I really want to unfreeze this, but oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna unfreeze it. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna clean this processing chain up real fast. Fuck, maybe I shouldn't do that because it's gonna break. I can't unfreeze it if I do that, or freeze it again really fast. Okay. So let's just take. There's so many effects, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna just like, yeah, I'm gonna take all these effects off real fast, cause like the sound is just a percussion sound, like. I don't know what the heck. Okay. Okay, I think I took a sound I made like early in the process of making this, like it's just a random sound. Made that pattern, and then added a ton of effects. And so the main effect that's giving it that tonal quality is, where is it at? Where's the corpus? It's corpus. Corpus. If I turn it off, Like it's just like a noisy sound with like delay, and then I added corpus with the MIDI feature, taking it from 128. Where's 128? So I just took the MIDI from the bass, and I'm using that to control the corpus, and with it on, like that's what gives it that like that tonal quality, that weird resonant quality. And then we have the delay, doing the delay stuff, echo. Yeah, it's not a crazy sound, to be honest. It's just like, this looks like a lot of effects, but the process to get from A to B, it's like, I don't know, I started with like simple effects and I kept just adding stuff, and like it looks like a lot, but like, I mean, that's kind of how all projects eventually become after working on them for a long time. You kind of just add to it over and over again and just keep adding and adding, and like it eventually just looks like that. And so that's why effect chains can be crazy, you know, just like I just kept adding stuff over and over. Yeah, so that's that main bass. Let me undo all my stuff real fast. Okay, and then next up here, there's also this bass, which is the same one again, but I think I just pitched the corpus up higher on that one. Yeah, I think, yeah, I just pitched the corpus up like higher on that one, or the sound up higher, and so it sounded differently. And there's also like this weird, like this bass thing here, like this crazy, like crazy bass, which was made in Faceplant. Without this rack on, like, it's this rack doing a bunch of just crazy like spectral stuff, gating, more spectral gating. Basically, it's just spectral gating, like without my rack on, like it's just spectral gating and then a bunch of distortion, and it sounds like crazy. Oh, CPU breaky. What the fart? But yeah, that's kind of the bass here. It's just harmonics being gated and then distorted, and it sounds really squishy and nice. Yeah, and that's kind of like the stuff in this first draft, or this first half here. And like there's a little laser here with spectral delay. Here's a perfect example of it being used. So sick. Yeah, and then this, what is this? I'd never used that. Okay, so that's the first half of the second drop, and now let's go to the second half, which I don't know. I kind of already broke it down in that Halcyon breakdown video, so I'm not gonna do it again. If you're kind of interested in learning about that drop, go watch the video on the Halcyon YouTube. But I can go over some of the bass fills in this part. So the first bass fill is like this thing. It's just a sample, like little boom. And then we have this, again, the Jack U Tizoki bass that I found on YouTube somewhere like 3 years ago. It just works. And this elephant bass is a sample from like some random sound effect pack. It's called Final Boss 11. Like, I just decided to use that as the elephant sound. And then, yeah. Have I ever performed live yet? No, I have never performed live yet. Unless you count playing in front of like a bunch of furries at a furry convention last year at a room party. That's the only live thing I've ever done. So I haven't played live. I haven't really played live before. Yeah. Okay, more bass fills. So there's this thing right here, like a little, which is some random sound. What is this called? Yeah, it's like a freeze. What I did for this is like, I was like, I have no sounds to make. I don't want to make bass fills. It's too much work. And so I went into the current project in samples and freeze, and I just went through all of these sounds because like I didn't even realize these existed. I was like, these are all like sounds I can use for fills, and so like this is just. I think this is the OG sound, like the OG Can't Explain sound. Yeah, that's kind of what I did there for that little fill. They got this little womp, which is one of the other freezes in here. Freeze 77 faceplant. Yeah. And then we got more stuff. Where's other fills? There's more fills in here. I know there's more fills in here. Yeah. More spectral delay, and then what's funny is that the sound, like that little high pitched sound, is like a Flipnote Studio sound effect. I use like the little froggy in here too. I think. Where's it at? Yeah. And then we got this Flipnote Studio frog sound in here. My boyfriend, when I was like making this drop, I was really frustrated with like not having any sounds, and so my boyfriend was like, "Oh wait, you should use these Flipnote Studio sounds." And I'm like, okay. And like they actually ended up being super sick, and so props to my boyfriend for telling me to use Flipnote Studio sounds, because like, yeah, so sick. Perfect little like weird melodic laser thing. This is just like I took that a womp I made. No, wait. I'll call him back in a bit. Okay, so I took this bass here that I made, like this old like thing right here, and I just filtered it, and it sounded sick. Like pretty simple. Second half, same stuff, just more fills, same fills pretty much, and then yeah, and that's kind of the song, That was my brother. My brother's been trying to call me. So is my dad, and so I need to call him back in a bit. But yeah, that's kind of the song. It's kind of the tune. Oh yeah, the drums. So I made a stomp for this. Like without the stomp, bro, this sounds so lame. So I had to add a stomp. And I made this stomp by just taking like a good old boots and claps kick stomp. And then I put some let's go. Take all these off real fast. I put some low air stereo on it, which is like a bass enhancer. Kind of makes it beefier. Then I put some multiband compression on that, kind of brighten up a little bit. Then I put some Pro Audio DSP DSM V3, which made it sound like nice and kicky. Very nice. Limiter, because I was clipping a bit after that. Then a transient shaper. And then this EQ here. Now this EQ, it's like without like without the EQ, like listen to this song. But like a super slight cut at like 30 hertz and like on a bigger cut on the sides here, like it just sits in place now. Yeah. So when you're mixing stomps in, just EQ a bit, you know, it'll sit in place nicely, and that's kind of the stomp trick, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much the song. I hope AS console. Wait, where'd you see that at? Where's AS console at? Where is it? AS console. Okay, AS console. It's a device made by Sabroy, and basically it's like it's like a distortion pretty much, and so wait, like it's just got like a bunch of nice distortions and preamp simulations. It's very slight, very very slight, but it adds a lot of texture, a lot of grit to stuff sometimes, and so yeah, pretty sick. You should check it out. But yeah, I think I broke it all down. You guys have any more questions about stuff before I head off? Because I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. If there's no more questions, we can I'll preview a bit of a new song coming out soon. Is the console plugin the secret sauce plugin? No, the secret sauce plugin is something else, and I will not mention the secret sauce plugin. It's top secret. But AS console is a nice sauce, very robust sauce for sure. But it's not as good as the secret sauce. Okay. Okay. I'll play a song. I'll play a bit of this collab with Digital Reject right now, real fast. Called Pulsar. Should be out pretty soon. Maybe we'll see. You know. Yeah, it's the song. Yeah, okay, that's all I get to hear. And then yeah, that's it. Let's go. So thank you guys for tuning in to my stream. I'm glad that like 20 of you guys like made it to the end. Means a lot to me. And I hope that y'all learned something new or took some away from the stream. I hope it was entertaining at least a bit. Hope it wasn't all over the place. This is kind of like my first live stream in apparently 6 years on this channel. So yeah, let's go. Appreciate it, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.